mindset shift number 3, from siloed thinking to service-led. So this this challenge that we had over a good couple of decades where every business unit went out and built a platform, an application to help them do their function. So finance got one, payroll got one, everyone wanted their own. Yep. And we almost used technology to cement these silos. Whereas now people are really shifting to how do we break down those silos from a people, process, technology perspective and think about the end-to-end service, whether it's hire to retire, whether it's procure to pay, and really driving that service-led mindset shift for every decision they make.
I think there was this other concept of like sort of the golden thread through an organization. Like everyone has a part to play in ensuring a plane gets away or that someone gets paid on time. Like it's never just one person's job, and it always crosses the organizational boundaries. And I think having that back to that mindset of what's the end outcome and working out each person's involvement and the organization's involvement, that stuff for me is really exciting. So I think, but organizations continue to struggle because, the technology sort of silos that you were just talking about, came on the back of, we probably did a big ERP type implementation. We had a set of goals. We didn't really achieve all of the outcomes. So then businesses and tech organizations were then having to go and build out, shadow IT functions or new technologies to try and fill those gaps. And now we've got this very shadow sort of landscape of applications everywhere.
2 of the industries that I've seen really leading the way in this shift, one is banking, probably because they had to, because customers could see the messy middle was being exposed. So when customers were trying to get help, they could see the friction in the workplace in trying to get an answer or trying to get a home loan approved. And so I think banks are almost forced to go down this service-led thinking path. But now they're very much leading the way. And it's not just in anything related to customer. They've really pushed the boundaries in terms of corporate services or GBS or whatever you want to refer to it as. But how do you break down those barriers and deliver on service? The second industry that I've found is really pushing the boundaries on this is university sector, which I know is a big passion of both of us. But the way in which they are embracing student services and the student experience, and even simple things like, when a student needs assistance, why do we wait for them to come and try and find out which website they have to go to put in a form to get dispensation for something, right? Yeah. Let's proactively reach out to them because we know there is a power outage during an exam and they shouldn't have to go and fill out a form. They should be able to just opt in to getting that. So they're the 2 industries that I've seen sort of leading the way in this space.
Yeah, universities are fascinating at the moment because they've all been on the back of COVID, changes in, international students. There's a real shift happening, and universities are having to think about how do we actually optimize the experience because they're having to fight for the students more than they've ever done.
And they've also been doubly disrupted by AI because the way in which they use it internally, but the way in which students use it to learn, and so therefore teachers have to use it to teach, like it's just like the double whammy going on.
Yeah, like if a student submits the paper, was it written by AI or was it done by the student? So where was the additional thought process and how do you validate that? But you can't not do it either because everybody's, we both got kids sitting HSCs. We know exactly that they're using ChatGPT to help accelerate and get themselves ready for those exams. Well, and we're using it just to help educate ourselves so we can catch up again. But I do like the universities, they are really thinking about shared services in a fundamentally new way. And we've seen, if I think about Griffith, they didn't start in technology. They started with sort of, corporate services, which is shifting for us from ServiceNow always having to start in IT to now actually starting, on the business side of the equation to actually make it easier for people.